Hey everyone, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I thank Nadiya for inviting me to her channel. Thank you so much, Nadiya, and for giving me this opportunity to let your audience also know that I am also an astrologer. So, I'm a Vedic astrologer means that I am following the sidereal zodiac, unlike the Western astrologers who are following the tropical. So this actually is because of the actual movement of the planets that the Vedic astrologers take into account. Now, if at all you're born in the Aquarius, sun, but in Vedic astrology, the sun would be in Capricorn, could be in Capricorn because of the 24 degrees variation. We have shifted to that extent in the 2000 years time. So if your degrees of the Aquarius is, say, in the initial part, so it becomes completely in the Capricorn sign in Vedic astrology. But if it is towards the end of Aquarius, so in Vedic astrology also, it would be in Aquarius itself. We consider the ascendant, which is the most important because that is something which reflects your personality, you yourself, how you look at the outer world, how the outer world looks at you. So that is something which is the persona. That is something which is very important that we check from the ascendant. So today I'm going to be covering synastry. So what exactly is the compatibility, how we see the compatibility in a horoscope. So in a very simplified manner, I will be explaining as to what are the parameters that you should be taking into account if you have to understand a compatibility question. So first of all, first and the foremost is how you check the compatibility between the planets. So then we see the signs, and then we come to the relationship of the sign lords. Okay. To two groups, group 1 and group 2. So this is based on the friendly and the inimical relationship of the planets and the signs they own. Sun owns Leo. So these are going to be friendly ones to each other. Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter. These are the friends to each other. But right opposite in the group 2 are Saturn, Venus, and Mercury, which are not friendly to these planets. So the sign rulers also become inimical to each other. Sign lords. So if Sun and Saturn, you can see, are not friendly to each other. Moon, Saturn are not friendly to each other. Mars, Saturn, not friendly to each other. Jupiter, Saturn, not friendly to each other. This is the first and the foremost thing you should know to understand if at all you're not compatible to somebody, maybe that person, or if you feel there is some friction between that person, sometimes you click, you just gel well. But at times, what happens, you don't like that person from the side of it. You can't get tally or compatible with that person when you meet that person. So that is because of this grouping. Maybe you are a Leo and somebody else is a Capricorn or an Aquarius rising. So that is not a good relationship. So you have to see the condition of your Leo sign lord, that is Sun and Saturn, in your horoscope. If it is in a very good dignity, only then this compatibility works. Now I'll be sharing on ascendants what are the signs which are compatible and what are the signs which are not compatible to make it easier for you. All right, so for Aries people, Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is inimical to what all. Mars is not tally with the Virgo sign, Gemini sign, and it is not tally with the Saturn sign, and not tally with the Venus sign, because that's a group 2. So if it was somebody is a Gemini rising or Virgo rising, you should avoid. There is an exception to this rule because Mars owns the 8th house also. So Scorpio is friendly. Jupiter owns the 12th house and is friendly to this. So Pisces will also be a friendly, is also compatible to this Aries sign. So you have to decide if the other person is from these, so you have to avoid. See, Leo is right. You can take up Leo. You can take up Sagittarius because that's owned by Jupiter. Also, you can take up the Cancer rising. If at all somebody is Cancer rising, you can take it up. But you can take it up if somebody is Pisces rising also. So these are the compatible ones, and the rest are not compatible, or we can say less compatible. Okay. Coming to Taurus. For Taurus, we know Venus is the ruler of the first house and the sixth house. Being the malefic house, this is compatible. So Libra and Taurus are compatible. So what are not compatible? Bitter enemy is Jupiter. Bitter enemy is Jupiter. Then we have for Taurus people, we have even Cancer people, we have Leo people, we have Mars people. So that's the second group, I'm talking about not compatible with the first one. So Taurus does not get along well, or Venus does not get along well with Sagittarius and Pisces rising first. So Taurus and Libra people have to be careful there. So these are the ways, and of course the Aries people also, they don't get along that well, Taurus ones. So we have to be considering all these factors before deciphering about the signs. So I have made the grouping, so now you can do it yourself. I'll just do one more for you. Okay, I'm taking one more example for you. So this is the group 2 rising, that is Saturn in the group 2. So here we know in the group 2 we have Venus and Mercury only. So the compatibility question is good with Mercury and Venus signs. Rest in, if you can see, Jupiter sign, that is Pisces for Capricorn, not good. Leo, not good, bitter enemy. And of course, Cancer, not that good. So we have to see that which are in the second group. Even Mars is not that good, you know that, because there are 4 of them, so they are all not considered to be that good. But which are the good ones? That is Taurus for Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, and Virgo and Gemini signs. These are the good compatibility. They can have good compatibility with these. Now there are other factors which play a very important role in synastry. You have to see what is the condition of Venus in both the horoscopes. If you're making a horoscope matching, so you have to see the condition of Venus and Mars specifically, because Venus is the love, the romance, the fire in a relationship, the lust. If Venus is combust, then it brings about problems because the sperm count reduces if it is combust or is weak or afflicted. If at all Mars is afflicted, then it means that you lack the vitality. So the chemistry between the two partners is mellowed down if Mars is afflicted or is weak. Suppose it goes into the sign of Cancer where it debilitates, or any malefic is aspecting this Mars, then also there is problem in marriage or in the relationship. So we have to check these 2 things in the chart. If at all you are having affliction on the 7th house, 5th house also, then there is problem in the relationship. So you have to see the factors which involve in the synastry are the 5th house, 7th house, 11th house, and 12th house and 2nd house. These houses have to be very clean, or we can say with lack of affliction. Suppose there is affliction in the 7th house or 7th lord is afflicted, then there is problem in the marriage, delay in the marriage, or there can be denial also if the affliction is extraordinary. So we have to consider all these factors. I'm not giving you any predictions, but I'm just trying to tell you that these are the parameters which are required to check the chemistry between the two of you. If at all in the D9 of both the charts, I superimpose D9 on D1. If at all there is a connectivity forming between Venus is in friendly zone for both of them, then the physical compatibility is good. If moon is very good, both of their moon is well placed, so that means that their mental bent of mind, their outlook towards people and others is very good, is common. Maybe work-wise they are the conversation is pretty good. The communication skills are very good. They love to talk to each other. Then the Mercury comes to play. Both the Mercuries have to be seen in the first chart, that is D1, and in the D9 also, because D9 is your luck house of luck, because it's the 9 divisions and 9th house is our luck also. So it's said at times that the luck begins after marriage if it is not afflicted. So denial can also happen because of the affliction on the 7th house. There can be denial in marriage also. And at times people don't even come across a single partner throughout their life. That's the affliction in the 5th house zone or the 11th house zone. 11th house is friends. At times, your 11th house is so well activated that, the romantic house also gets activated with your friends, amongst the friends itself. That compatibility has to be there. So I'll be sharing an example chart so that you understand what I mean. All right. So first of all, you have to see what rising I've taken. I've taken Aries rising. So what are the inimical planets for Aries? Number one, we have Mercury. Okay. We have Mercury, we have Saturn, and we have Venus. So for Aries people, it's considered that Libra is not that compatible. Virgo and Gemini, and Capricorn and Aquarius. These are not compatible with the Aries rising. Now, we can see in this horoscope what is the condition of the 7th Lord. We have to see the condition of the 7th house, 7th Lord. So here the 7th Lord has gone to the 6th house, that is the 12th from itself. So the marriage is there for sure with Moon Venus combination, but at the same time there is problem in the marriage because Venus is in debilitation sign and is gone to the 12th house from itself, the loss, the house of loss. So there can be some health issues to the spouse, or there can be some frictions to the spouse. With Mars aspect, there can be some litigation or divorce also later, because Ketu is also in Scorpio sign, which is owned by Mars. So here Mars is looking at this Venus and the 7th house also. Saturn is also looking at the 7th house, which is causing a lot of affliction to the 7th house zone. So when there is affliction to the 7th house, it brings about a lot of problems in relationships. Now the 7th Lord is also afflicted by 2 malefics, that is Rahu's aspect and Mars's aspect. So this way, we can say that this marriage is a little troublesome marriage. But at the same time, Jupiter is in the 9th house, which is considered to be the luck lord, luck house, in the luck house, which is positive. So the luck and the divine support is always with this person and is going to sail through any rough patch he can sail through or she can sail through. Now coming to the D9, if you can see, we have to simply superimpose this. So if you see, what is the condition of Libra here? Libra is the 3rd house here, and if you superimpose Venus, so Venus is coming with Rahu to the 5th house, so this will be a romance, or there can be a love marriage case. So we have to check all this in D9. Also, I simply superimpose and I give predictions. So I hope you all understood what I mean to say in compatibility whether a person is compatible or not. You can see from these parameters. These are the sure shot snapshot rules which really work wonders. So even if you're not a Vedic astrologer, these will work any which ways. All right. Thank you so much, Nadiya. Thank you, Nadiya's team, Gilbert. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. Thank you. Stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.